Hey, what's up, subscribers? I just want to talk a little bit about how not to get scammed on eBay and ways to kind of prevent that of getting scammed. The number one way on eBay to get scammed would be a buyer making false claims of, I didn't get the item. I didn't get it. You can go on to USPS.com, UPS, FedEx, whatever service you use, check the tracking. Tracking says delivered. Buyer can make a claim saying, oh, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It'll happen to you. If you're a major big-time seller, it'll happen to you. Maybe once a month, twice, maybe more, maybe less. And the only way to really protect against it is signature confirmation. And most of the time, signature confirmation only costs like $2.35. It's not much. But let's say you're selling items for $20. Are you going to spend the $2 for the confirmation, for the signature confirmation? Well, no, it's $20. If they scam you, claim not received, eat the cost. It's $20. If you can't, then you shouldn't be in a reselling business. If you can't work that into your business model. Like my rule of thumb, anything over $50, I will spend the $2.35 for signature confirmation. And personally, it has saved me money in the long run. You know, I might sell a couple dozen things each month with a signature confirmation, maybe $50 a month extra that I spend in it. So let's say in 3 months' time, or let's say 4 months' time, I spend about $200 to get the protection of the signature confirmation for eBay. Amazon, that'd be a whole nother video on that, but on eBay. So over 4 months, like $200 in extra costs. Give an example. Just 2 months ago, I sold a pair of shoes. They were a pair of Jordans. There were some retros, had value to them. Paid the extra $2.35 for the confirmation. Buyer had them delivered to his business. They got delivered to his business on a Saturday. Somebody signed for him. That same day, the buyer contacts me and says, hey, I didn't get my shoes. Contacted him back. Well, it shows delivered, and the package had signature confirmation on it, so I know somebody signed for the package. He emailed back says, well, the mailman never leaves packages at my business on Saturdays because I'm closed on Saturdays. So it's not possible. This business was down in Louisiana somewhere. I can't remember the city or town now. And I was telling him, I was like, well, if your business is closed on Saturdays, somebody was at your business to sign for the package. So I was like, you might want to check to make sure that no employees were working that day. Or if you have some kind of an agreement with a shop next to yours, to sign for packages, you might want to call up the, check cash place next to you and say, hey, did you sign for my package? Didn't hear from him for, it's like 2 weeks. Then he hits me back saying, I never got my package. So he opened up a PayPal claim against me, or eBay guarantee buyer claim, whatever the hell they call those things. Went with PayPal. I showed my case, said, hey, shoe sold for this, shipped here, signed for it. I contacted the Postal Service, got a copy of the slip that was signed. It was signed by this gentleman's name. Sent that into PayPal, said, hey, dude signed for it. He's straight out lying. And, of course, PayPal, they sided with me, saying, telling the buyer, somebody signed your name to the slip at the address you provided, claim is denied, so on. So, for those 4 months' time where I spent the extra, $50 a month on a signature confirmation for those 4 months, that one pair of shoes, since I won that, covered the entire 4 months of the extra cost. And that was just one example. Like, there's been many of times, at least a couple times a month, where if I didn't make them sign for it, I would have lost. So the rule of thumb for me, in order not to get scammed on eBay, if you're a seller, get the buyer to sign for the package. You, the seller, decides what value to put on packages that require the buyer to sign for it. You might be the kind of seller that says, hey, $25 and up, the dude's going to sign for it. That's up to you. Or you might be the seller who only says, hey, anything over $100, it's your choice. Me, it's anything that's $50 and up, the buyer's signing for it. $2. $2. That's less than like what? Like 2-3% of your profit goes to the security, knowing that you're going to get paid no matter what. So that is one good way not to get scammed on eBay. Another good way, well, that's the main way I think. Another good way to make sure you do not get scammed is when they want you to ship your package to a service. Can't think of what they're called now. They're based, a lot of them are in like Florida, where you ship it to a service that then ships it overseas. Per eBay policy, you only have to show the first delivery, which will be the address from the overseas shipper that you go to. I'm not really good at explaining this, but you might want to avoid any buyer that wants you to ship to a second-hand place that will then do the customs and have them sent overseas to you. You're just asking to get scammed for that. It is best if you ship overseas. Like, I prefer the eBay global shipping program that they have, or it's GSP for short, where you ship all your stuff to an eBay shipping center in Kentucky, and they do all the customs, the labeling, and once the item has gone to Kentucky and checked in, you're done with it. At that point on, it's been checked in, it's tracked. Now eBay is responsible now to repackage it, do customs, and send it to wherever in the world it's going to go. That's the safest way. And if the buyer in New Zealand tries to make a claim against you, all you got to say to eBay is, for their policy, is the global shipping program, they were the ones involved in this part of the shipping. It's on the GSP to refund, not me, and you'll win every time. So I'm a huge fan of the GSP for shipping outside the US for security. Number one is the signature for packages that you view as high dollar, but the seller makes that decision of what exactly is a high dollar amount. And the third way to avoid any kind of eBay scam is just to use common sense. If a buyer is emailing you about an item and emails you and wants to know this and wants to know that, they want way too many specifics. If they get weird, before they bid on it, block them. If you're unsure how to block a bidder, just Google eBay blocked bidder page, and the Google search will bring up just a link to click on. Once you click on it, you'll copy and paste the ID of the eBay buyer into this little box and add them to your blocked list, and they will no longer be able to bid on your auction. I do that anytime I have a potential buyer who emails me just awkward questions, or questions that just aren't the norm. Like they're fishing for you to see what kind of seller that you are. Exactly how knowledgeable you are about the processes and the rules with eBay and PayPal. You get that feeling, just block them. So I'm going to wrap this up. So that's pretty much like my top 3 ways to avoid getting scammed on eBay. Follow those rules, which I think are fantastic rules, and you should be successful on eBay in selling and avoid any kind of fraudulent claims against you. So hey, catch you later, guys.